Namaste and Ni hao. Today we have Zhang Yang, General Manager of Department of eCommerce of DC Holding, a leading IT production and distribution company in China, to talk on his business. So let's welcome Zhang Yang. So Zhang Yang, you are welcome to our Danfe television interview.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So are you enjoying Nepal?
Very good. Nepal is a very good country, very beautiful country, and with a lot of beautiful people and beautiful architectures. I like Kathmandu very much.
So you are on a business trip to Kathmandu. So how long you will be staying here in Kathmandu?
I will spend about 5 days here and talking with my local friends to seek the potential business and to discuss with them to launch business here. That's what I.
Sure. You are the general manager of Department of eCommerce of DC Holdings. And DC Holding is one of the leading IT production and distribution company in China. So would you say something more about your company?
DC Holdings is a big company in China, and actually we came from Lenovo Holdings. Lenovo Group and DC Holdings used to be one company, and in 2001 we split off from Legend Holdings, and Lenovo Group become the number one PC producer in the world, and DC Holdings now is a leading IT company in China. And in China, we provide service and IT service, and we do IT product distribution in China. We have 5 main business in China. The number one business was IT product distribution. We help many famous IT companies help them to sell their products in China. We have a very good channel and networks in China. And we also have a very good IT service business in China. We provide professional IT service to banks, to telecom operators, and other department or companies in China. And we also have a smart city business, which we use our AI and big data technology to.
Smart city business. What is smart city business?
Smart business is we use our technical of AI and big data to upgrade the city management and to better the living of the citizens. So that's the business. We help more than about 130 cities to upgrade their city management. So that's our business. We cooperate with local government. And another business is financial business, which we do a lot of investment, and we do other financial business. And my business is the supply chain business unit. We provide a professional supply chain service in China. And one of our business is logistics service. We provide the logistics service to many big Chinese companies like China Unicom, China Telemobile, and other famous business. We are the number one mobile phone logistics service provider in China.
So when you say we provide a logistic support and services, what kind of logistic service you guys provide?
Actually, we provide warehousing and delivery service for them, and we help for example, when Apple want to launch a new products in China, and it wants its products delivered to the stores on time, just on time of their launch time. So we can help them to do that with our system. We are our IT system. And we also a big player in China eCommerce. We provide a service, eCommerce service to many big companies, help them to sell their products on website. We help them to do online marketing, online sales, and the supply chain service, and also the total IT system, like Huawei, PNG, and Dell, HP, like many other companies.
You are general manager of e-commerce department of DC Holding. Is your e-commerce and Alibaba.com doing the same job, or they are different?
No, our business model is totally different from Alibaba and other e-commerce company in China. Alibaba is an e-commerce platform. People doing business on Alibaba.com. My business model is we will not sell products on the website. We help those companies want to sell product on website. We help them. We help them to do marketing. We help them to solve the IT problem. We help them to do shipment, to warehouse, to package. We help solve now all problems of them. We provide a one-step solution to them if they want to do e-commerce in China. So that's my business.
So is the e-commerce business of DC Holding limited in China, or it provides service to overseas as well?
Actually, our e-commerce now, most of our e-commerce business was still in China. Last year, I make the first step to overseas country to other countries. My first project was in Southeast Asia, and it was successful. I help Chinese company. I provide the warehousing and the logistics service in Myanmar to the Chinese company doing business there, and it was successful. So I want to copy these success models to different countries. So after Chinese New Year, I go to Bangladesh, and now Nepal, and to Pakistan next, to seeking the potential opportunity to talk with local people to prepare for the project launching.
So you have already been to Dhaka, Bangladesh, for your business trip to seek some of the potential opportunities to launch your project. So you have some meeting with the businessman over there, yeah? So how was your stay in Dhaka, and did you find some potential opportunities over there or not?
So what I found in Dhaka,
yeah.
Bangladesh is a developing country, and but with a huge population. People are very young, and I think it's a good market. It's a good market for Chinese company to do business there. Actually, I saw a lot of Chinese company doing construction business there, and I think that's a very good opportunity for Chinese company. And the young people, the Bangladesh government want to develop its economics, and the people in Bangladesh want to better their life. So they have a very huge need to more hospitals, more schools, more good roads, and clean water system. So I think China can help them to do this. So I think it's a good opportunity for Chinese company.
Yeah, that's fine. So infrastructure-based company do have a very good future in Bangladesh. But what about DC Holding?
Yeah, we are considering the business in Bangladesh.
So now you are in Nepal talking with a business community about the Chinese model of business with them. So is Nepal a right place for you to do business?
I think so. I think the Nepal is a very good place to do business. In this year, last year, the Chinese Vice Prime Minister Zhang Yang visited Nepal and signed a lot of contract. Many big Chinese companies sign contract with Nepal companies. I think the Chinese government want to better our relationship, and I think it's a good place for us to do business here. And when I arrived in Kathmandu airport, when I didn't pay for the landing visa, I felt very good for this. I think for now, it's a good place for us to do business here. I have a lot of friends here, and Nepal economy grows very quickly, and it's also a very good market for us to do business here. So I think maybe my first project will launched in Kathmandu.
Let's hope so. So when a Chinese businessman go to overseas to do business, what changes they bring in that particular country?
Actually, before I go outside of China, before I go to these countries, one of my friend, also my teacher, told me that if you go out of China, you do business there in other countries. Remember that. Don't make money. Don't make money alone. You need to make the local people make money. You need to cooperate with them. So I think that's a very important thing for me to cooperate with local people and make local people earn money. So in this year, especially in e-commerce, China was very advantaged in this business. We have we have many good technology like mobile payment. We have a good logistic network in China. So we want to bring such Chinese technology and Chinese management to different countries like Nepal, to upgrade local service level and to cooperate with local young people to make them live a better life. In those countries in Nepal, I saw a lot of I met a lot of young people, and they are very young and they want better than life. If young people want better than life, I think it's a good market. It's a good market for us to cooperate with them to sell Chinese products to sell Nepal product back to China. I think that's what I want to do in Nepal.
So previously you told that in Dhaka, infrastructure-based companies can have very good future, and they are most for the development of Bangladesh. So now you are in Nepal, and you have already come across with us a lot of businessmen, and you have closely observed the situation of Nepal. So what kinds of Chinese company can help Nepal to get developed?
Okay, that's an interesting question. Actually, I visit a lot of countries in South Asia and Southeast Asia, and I found one interesting thing is that in those countries, in their capitals and in their big cities, and I found that every store, every house has its own diesel generators. So that means the power supply isn't good in those countries. As we know, if one country wants to develop quickly, industrialization is very important. But the first important thing for industrialization, I think, is power supply. You cannot imagine running a factory without a supply or without a good supply. So in Nepal, what kind of company, Chinese company have good future? I think maybe the hydro business is very important. And I think it's not just a business. It will bite the life of Nepal people for them to better their life, ordinary lives. So I think that's the very important business. Another thing I think also is the water, clean water system. Many friends told me that you need to pay attention to the water. Will make you feel sick. So I think clean water is not only a business but also I think is a very important project to better the local lives. So I think another thing I think is another opportunity I think is internet. Is something about the internet. China people should social work, and in modern time people do social work with instant messages. In China, WeChat is very popular, and I think for this company, more and more Chinese and Nepalese people communicate very frequently. They use WeChat or other instant messages for them to talk about. So I think companies like WeChat will have good future in Nepal.
You told that your DC Holding is one of the very popular and number one IT company in China. Could you say something about on the sales that it makes in China and abroad?
Actually, we achieved a very good sales last year, about 70 billion RMB last year. So I think in that way we are the number one as IT product distributor in China.
70 billion RMB. Oh my God, that's a very big figure. When Chinese businessmen go abroad for business, what are the different difficulties they face there?
That's a good question. I think many Chinese people will say that the language or the culture difference is the most difficult things for them to do business in other countries. But I think the intelligence is the most important thing for Chinese company to do business in other countries. For Chinese, we are not like Chinese are not like an American or Japanese or Englishman. They have their own global worldwide network for many years. But Chinese company started to go outside China for just maybe 10 or 20 years. So we know few about the world. If you want to do business, the intelligence is very important for you to do business. You should know the local people. You should know the local culture. You should know the legal things, the financial things. You need to know everything about the country you want to do business. But Chinese people, Chinese businessmen, I think they pay less than other country, businessmen in other countries to do this. Maybe we pay a lot of money in R&D, but we pay less in the intelligence analysts. And so I think that's the most important or most difficult thing when we do business in other countries. I think the other things, the second difficult thing or other difficult thing, many people will say maybe language and maybe language and the cultural difference. I think that's easy to solve. If you have a translator, you can solve the problem of language. Even you can do translation on your mobile phone. The AI technology, and the culture difference. I think is not a big issue for Chinese people, because I think Chinese people are very friendly to different country, to the local people. We respect your culture and your religion, and we respect everything, and we want to make friends. And I don't think that's difficult, but the intelligence, as I mentioned many times, is most difficult thing. We need to do a lot of work before we go to that country, before we do business there. We need to know the in this saying, or I think Chinese people, even Chinese government, should do a lot of work in the future if they want to do more things in the world.
Thanks to Mr. Zhang for this important interview.
Thank you.